Dear students, learning is a treasure that will follow its owner everywhere. With these words, I welcome you in our today's session. Good morning, everyone. Before going on ahead, I would like to ask you what is importance of language. Let me explain. Language is an important source of communication. In short, we can say language shapes the way we think and determines what we can think about. Grammar is also important because it helps to enhance accuracy. When we talk about language and grammar, we should think about four basic skills of language, that is L, S, R, W. L stands for listening, S stands for speaking, R stands for reading, and W stands for writing. Writing makes our thinking and learning visible and permanent. So, with these words, today we are going to talk about a topic which is related to grammar, and that is the sentence. First of all, the definition of sentence. A group of words that makes a complete sense is called a sentence. Examples are: I am Prachi, I am a student, Atharva is my brother, I live in Nanded, I like to read books, my brother and my sister are studying in college, Amruta, Raman and Rachana are going to Delhi together for vacation. These are some examples of the sentences. Now, we can find out the features or characteristics of sentences as follows. A sentence consists of a group of words that make a complete sense. It has a verb. As we all know, verb is very important in any subject, in any sentence, to give it a complete meaning. The words in a sentence are written in proper order. A sentence begins with a capital letter. It ends with a full stop, a question mark, or an exclamation mark. If it is a declarative sentence, it ends with a full stop. If it is an interrogative sentence, it ends with a question mark. And if it is exclamatory sentence, it ends with exclamation mark. It has a subject and a predicate. By reading the definition, you can say that a sentence is a combination of meaningful words. Here I would like to explain, any words if you will put anywhere, it will not be a combination of meaningful word. That means it will not become a sentence. For example, if we say, to me the gave he book, this is not a particular sentence. This is not a proper sentence because the words are not arranged in proper order. Words are arranged in an orderly manner in the sentence. That is why we have to think about the word order in a sentence. It expresses a complete thought. It can stand by itself and can make a complete sense. It consists of a subject and at least a predicate. Moving further, we can say that a sentence is a combination of meaningful words. Let us have a look at some sentences. The baby is laughing. This pen belongs to me. Winter is my favorite season. I like to sing songs. English is my favorite subject. I have 2 pet dogs. Listen to me. The sky is blue. The earth is round. These are the examples of sentences. Parts of a sentence. The sentence consists of 2 parts, subject and a predicate. Let us have a look add the definitions of the both. First, subject. The part of a sentence that tells us what or whom the sentence is about is called the subject. The subject of a sentence usually comes before predicate. As Kunal likes playing cricket. Here you will see that Kunal is the subject which is telling us about Kunal. What information it is giving? Kunal likes playing cricket. So the sentence is telling us about Kunal. So Kunal is the subject in the given sentence. In the same way, the next sentences are also there. The girls are not tired. The market is near my house. The garden is full of roses. The garden nearby my house is very beautiful. I go to play in the garden. So in these sentences, you will notice that all the subjects are written in red color. If you will observe fifth sentence, the garden nearby my house. These 5 words are in subject part. So from this you will understand that in a sentence the subject can have more than one word. Here in this example there are 5 words in the subject. So this is all about the subject. As I told you that the subject of a sentence usually comes before predicate, but there are sometimes exceptions also. Like we can take the example of a sentence. Listen carefully. At one corner of the room sat the princess. Here the subject is the princess, but it is not at the starting of the sentence, but it is written in the end of the sentence. So this also can be possible. Then an imperative sentences, there the subject is not mentioned, but we have to understood. And in imperative sentence the subject is always understood as you. For example, go there means here though it is directly not mentioned that you go there, but the subject is understood that in this imperative sentence you is the subject and remaining part is predicate. So this is all about subject. Now let us move on to predicate part. Predicate, the part of the sentence that tells us something about the subject, is called the predicate. The predicate always includes the verb. For example, the sun rises in the east. The toy car was running on the track. The boy was chasing a cat. The old house on the corner has a big garden in the backyard. The hammer on the shelf can be used to work on the project. Our dog Rocky loves to chase the sticks and balls. So these are the sentences. In these sentences, you will see that the predicate part is in red color. So this was the topic that we have discussed today. Before ending, once we will take a review. What we learn in the today's session? Today we learn about the sentence. A sentence begins with a capital letter. It makes a complete sense. It ends with full stop or question mark or exclamation mark according to the type of the sentence. Also we learn that subject is the part which tells about the subject or person about whom we are talking, and the predicate part tells us extra information about that particular subject. So here we are going to end our sessions with the beautiful words. To learn a language is to have one more window from which to look at the world. And here I will end my lecture. I hope you all have understood and enjoyed. Thank you and have a nice day. Next time we will meet with again any interesting topic. Till then, goodbye.